Did you guys cancel the other one?
Yeah, we had to. We totally lost connection.
But you guys can turn around and just repost it later, right? The whole video that
Yeah,
gets recorded.
I just wanted to see if anyone was here who would jump back in, but probably not.
Yeah, that was weird.
Anybody wants to come on in? No. We're live. We're live again. We're live
At least you
again.
didn't go out when you were like going.
Talk about terrible freaking timing, you
Yeah.
guys. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
We're back. Hi, everybody. They're back. We're live. We're live.
Working again.
It's live.
Popping up on my phone.
I know. Well, you hit go live and then it went live.
It went live
Yeah.
over here?
Yeah.
Hey,
We're live.
that was weird.
Everyone's
I
back.
was trying to do it on my phone. Okay, so yeah, this is what happened.
Here.
And
You want to share a chip?
Oh.
yeah, we should have set this up before we were actually doing it
Oh,
live
you know what?
again.
We could sing. Jade and I are thinking of doing
Here's
some
another chair.
singing for everybody. So, just
Thanks. All right, what just happened? Well,
do you want to do?
You want some light?
lights.
Maybe just like a small light. Nothing crazy. Oh, that's good.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
fine. Everyone can see us. Okay, well, that was very stressful and it was totally weird and ended really abruptly, and we did
Yeah.
not mean for it to end that way at all.
I can't see. I know it's really dark in here, guys. Oh yeah, this lamp. Sorry, we're getting light. Bear with us.
There we go. Oh,
Is
that's
that
perfect.
better?
That's much better. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Who knew that's what lights do? Anyway.
Wow, what a concept.
Right, okay, now we've kind of like got a few people back. I don't know how many more people are going to be joining or anything like that.
Crashed. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
So this is what we do have though. This is the information that we do have. We were speaking to a lower level entity or shapeshifter, as you said as well, and we got the answers to why it doesn't like me, and it's because, you know, with the filming and everything like that, but we were in that room for over 40 minutes, I'm sure we were anyway, and we never had any sort of technical difficulties or anything like that. Even when we did have that one time that it started buffering, like way before that, we just moved the camera around and it was fine. Like after that,
Yeah.
everybody turned their Wi-Fi off on their phones and it still would not go back on. The only reason why it went on was like I stepped outside and I was trying to get the live back on my phone.
Yeah, as soon as you
outside.
left, it came back on.
Oh shit!
Dude, I just put that together as soon as you left. It was like, I'm working.
Doesn't
I'm
like
fine.
me at all.
Dude.
This is like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but this doesn't happen very often with me in spirits.
No.
Like usually, like,
And when
I'm
they were
very
saying your name,
understanding.
it was like, Jade. Like, it was really aggressive.
Yeah, like
Dude.
that is so weird that you made that connection. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
as soon as you left, it started working. So,
Well, I mean, like, I was kind of like antagonizing it a little bit, and again, like, I do not do that
Yeah.
at all when I investigate. But I had a feeling that it wasn't actually a demonic entity. But also, like, how many times have we even came across a demonic entity? I would only say once. Possibly.
Yeah, I've experienced a demonic entity twice in my life, and because it is rare, you guys. Interacting with demons is extremely rare. And when you are in the presence of one, you know your whole body will have a physical reaction to it. It's not something. It's not even scary. It's different. Your whole body just feels completely different.
I will say this though, like the responses that were coming through when you were doing that SS method, a lot of people were like, this is getting really lengthy, like it's time to tap her out, like, because this has been going on forever. And it's true, like we did do it for a very, very long time, but that's because like the responses were very intelligent. And then I also had the spirit talker on, because one of the viewers wanted me to turn the spirit talker on, see if anything like matches up, and it was very, very, it did match up, like it really, really did.
Yeah.
That was kind of huge.
Yeah,
Like,
you can't just stop the sessions. You have to keep going. You know.
But
let's
let's talk about this actual spirit and what we can do moving forward, or what. I know that you said that this is a like shapeshifter kind of entity, but do you think that it's just trying to create a little bit of chaos, and it just likes it was not this intense last time we were here?
Yeah, I think that I was telling the owner that this is definitely a newer energy. And I could tell just by the way that it feels, it's a newer energy. So I actually believe that it might have come with somebody who came here through the Halloween season.
Oh.
I actually think so. What I'm being shown is I'm seeing somebody came with this entity as an attachment, and the attachment was like, this place is so much freaking better than the person that I was attached to. So now it's here. Because why not? Look at all of it. I mean, there's so much energy here that it can feed off of, people it can feed off of. So it definitely feels like a newer energy. And because of that, I also sense it's not very powerful at the moment. It doesn't have any power. It can't harm, it can't do anything. So that's why it's here. Somebody had asked why it would be here, why a shapeshifter like I would be here, because it needs something to feed off of, and what better place to feed off of than a haunted attraction, right? So moving forward though, it's gonna be one of those things where unless it finds something better to latch onto, it's gonna stay here. And I think they're gonna have a mischievous entity on their hands for a little while. You know, just that mischievous energy. Yeah, it's definitely a trickster. Ever since the life started, I saw it as a trickster. Yeah, it was definitely brought in, and not intentionally.
No, and also I do just want to add that this was the very first name that came through, Edwin, and that really did stick through the entire 2 hours that we investigated. It was a recurring thing that kept on coming up.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty safe. Like, we never had a name for the other entity like last time, but like this is Edwin, because Ed kept on coming through.
I
She
didn't
was
even put
saying
that
Ed.
together at
I
first.
never put it together
You were
at
saying
first.
Ed, and I was
Yeah,
like,
so
oh,
Ed, Edwin,
That's it.
and it's trying to get a human name, right? Because it wants you to believe what it is. So that would, I guess we could say that would be its human name. It's not.
So we'll
human,
just call it Ed.
Yeah, call it
Alright.
Ed. Ed the
All right, we're calling it
non-human human.
Ed.
Our little Dementor.
Oh, I'll just
Dead
start
Ed.
Yeah.
cussing at it.
He's dead
I
Ed.
yell and cuss at it, so.
That's, you know, it was, and I can't explain it, you guys, but the way this thing was looking up at me from the ground, it's just like.
So right before you, before she tapped you on, before Jay tapped you on the shoulder, you had that little thing at your little cat ball at your foot. She was standing, and it was right between you two, and it just started going off. Like right before, probably maybe a minute before she tapped you on the shoulder. So
Oh,
you were saying something was looking up at you.
And then
I was
you
like, look at the
said
balls lit up.
ball.
You said
Yeah.
ball.
Somebody kept saying ball, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah, it lit
Oh,
up
it
at your
lit up?
feet. and I
That's
was like,
freaking cool.
Look. You were filming. I don't
Yeah.
know you.
Yeah, well, that would be that thing, just like.
But that's perfectly, it coincides because then you said ball, and I'm like, yeah, look, it's going on.
I think that was
And
the
then he's
first
touching it.
time that like I've ever actually like wanna. It's maybe not the first time, but it's very. Thank you so much for your donation.
Bruno, we love you so much.
It's been kind of a rough night, so
Sorry.
we definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you everybody who's stuck through all the issues.
Yeah,
We're
seriously.
doing our best.
Seriously, we really, really do appreciate that. But that was one of the first times that I've been actually quite like speechless and kind of went, right, okay, like I understand what's happening, but like I don't know what else to do from here, like apart from challenge it. And I did challenge it, and the responses were intelligent, but the actual like physical part of it like wasn't there. So when you're saying like he is a trickster, he's just saying this and stuff like that, it makes sense. It checks out. So
Yeah.
but also just like a dark, just like somebody just like Yeah.
Okay, I just gonna throw this out there, right before you woke her up, wasn't there a moment that you were kind of like freaked out by
Oh,
Mandy?
Yeah.
Like I was
Mandy
kind of,
was rocking back
you
and
were, but
forth.
it was the way you were talking, and then it was saying like, I've got her now, or something like that.
That
I got
felt,
her.
I literally felt like I was being, like,
Yeah,
taken in,
Yeah,
like, some
that's what it-
capacity. It was weird.
that's probably the first time I've ever been in a room with somebody doing a paranormal and anything like that, where I started to kind of like, maybe we need to wake her up, because that's
A
just, it's getting a
lot of
little
people
bit
were saying
disturbing.
that. A lot
Yeah.
of people were saying
That's the first
that.
time I've ever
It's one of those
experienced
things where I know it's I have full trust in my spirit team, and so I let it go and I let it happen because I do have so much trust in them.
Mhm.
But I can understand as an outsider looking
Yeah.
in, they're probably like,
That's the
Do
first time
something.
I've
At
ever.
one point, your mom actually came on and said something to the chat. Was telling them that Mandy knows what she's doing.
oh yeah,
Be
go
easy,
mom.
It's fine. She knows what she's doing. She can be under for a long time. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've talked to my mom. She's been a huge part of this whole thing for a really long time and
Mhm.
helping me with that. So thanks, mom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
But-
probably has. She's probably a little bit like you.
yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where you got it from.
Do you guys have any questions for us or anything like that about the investigation before we head off here? What time is it? No, we were planning on investigating 3 hours and it's been almost 3 hours. So this is pretty much the time that we're going to wrap up. But if you guys do have any questions for us or any questions about what else is going on or anything like that, please let us know right now, because now is the time we can answer right away. Sometimes it takes us a while to respond back to our emails, so if you do have any questions, now is the time. So Ed, okay, that's more of a question for Ed.
Now we have a name. It's gonna be Ed.
I know.
well, now I have.
But I feel like-
now I have a name to yell at.
Yeah.
Well, this is
Yeah.
another thing, is now that you guys have a name, I would be careful speaking his name as much, because then I feel like that would give him more power. Now he has a
Oh,
name.
you know what Bruno just asked? Is it bad to give a non-human a name because that acknowledgement may give it more power?
Oh,
Yeah. But I mean, there is a name.
Yes and no. I feel like I really believe in the power of intention. So I believe that if you were calling it by name
Mhm.
with the intention not to give it power, I do believe in the power of intention. So I think I think acknowledgement of, in that sense, is totally fine.
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to make it worse or anything like that. Yeah.
I think just acknowledging it at all, whether it has a name or not, but I feel like, I don't know, for me personally, I feel like if you say a name, a spirit's name, that is you calling upon them. So they that's them.
I can tell you, it definitely doesn't like strong personalities.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It does not like strong personalities. Anybody that can freak out, it's going to
Yeah.
take full advantage of that. But if you stand up to it, like you were, pushing its buttons and everything like that, that's probably one of the reasons why it wanted you to leave too.
Yeah.
Because it does not
Yeah,
like strong
exactly.
personalities at all.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely doesn't like me because my camera, like, because I'm coming in here and it said show and stuff, and it's like, it thinks
It
that
did
I'm
not
trying to
like
make
you.
a circus out of it, and is doing it, for whatever reasons, or but Mandy is that, because at one point it said like see me, and I said I can't see you, Mandy can see you though, so that is actually really
oh,
interesting.
interesting.
How you could see it underneath. You're gonna have to watch this whole entire thing just to hear the.
I know,
the
I'm curious to
responses.
see what happened. First off, shout out to Janine for the donation.
Thanks,
Thank you so much.
Janine.
We appreciate you. Round of applause for Janine. Woo! Did you feel any temperature changes? I did when I was in the Estes. I felt like
Really?
I felt my body temperature drop significantly.
I didn't feel any.
Did you
temperature
feel
change.
anything? Do you want a third investigation there?
Maybe
we want to live here at this
Yeah.
point.
No,
tomorrow.
talk about no. Maybe you want to live here. I don't think so. This is the connection we made. That this started working the second I left. I stepped outside.
Yeah.
He wanted me to leave, and the second I did, he was like, "Okay, I'll talk for you, Mandy."
Oh. Ed and Mandy.
Oh, Ed. There is an Ed on the live. Hey, Ed. We can do private investigations and cleansing if that is something that you are interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you can
so
reach
reach
out
out.
to Mandy's Instagram,
Or-
Miss Mandy Sue, or
Jade's.
Ghost Club Paranormal
Yeah.
Instagram.
Oh, sorry, it's taking me down there. I was like, oh. Let's see. Have you ever had an attachment, and what do you do to get rid of it?
That's a good question.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, so I have had an attachment once before. I actually made a series out of it. It was a 3-part series called Demons Exist, and before that I was not a believer at all. I went a couple of years on YouTube without making anything about demons or demonic or anything like that until this one time when I was at Falls Camp. Barrier Beyond took me there, and I actually captured, it looked like a demon behind me, like horns, big, huge thing, and ever since then, moved into my new house, like things were getting thrown and it was insane. And I looked into a demonologist and I tried all this different stuff, but then I found out that I started working with my protectors a little bit more, like my grandparents and people who I know that are spiritually looking over me. And I went to a priest as well. He told me to literally just ignore it. Like that was his biggest thing, was just ignore it. And that's kind of what I'd done. And then things started to get better. So that's kind of my thing, is just, speak your spirit guides into the room with you and things like that if you're feeling a little bit on edge, and then just try your hardest to ignore it. And again, yeah, like don't talk about it. I don't ever talk about it inside my house now. To this day, I'll never talk about it in my house.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Because it's still there. Like, I truly believe that it's never going to leave, but like nothing's happened like recently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
No, I agree with all that. I agree with all that, and also too, just like there are different types of attachments, and so I feel if it is something that you feel is actually personally affecting you and your mental health and your emotional health, then my recommendation is to also seek out help from somebody, but make sure it's a trusted source. Mediums in general are actually really good at dealing with attachments, or shamanic healers as well. So if you guys have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to either her or I, and we can help direct you in the right way too.
I feel like nobody's gonna ask for my expertise after
You
seeing
never
me standing in there
know.
just being like, I don't know.
I mean, I've had an attachment
Ed.
too, and I did
the
some
bully.
similar to Jade. I've had 2 attachments, and one of them I was able to get rid of on my own. The other one I did need help getting rid of.
You had a whole team come in, didn't you? Yeah.
I needed help. I went and saw one of my mentors, April Nicole. She did. We did a shamanic purge and was able to get rid of the attachment. So,
There's powers in numbers as well.
yeah. So let's see what else we got here. Hold on, where are we? Okay, I think you should go back. I think we're gonna have to keep coming back forever.
Yeah,
'cause-
I think that sounds good. When you guys want.
Just all the time.
We know
Yeah.
now that, like, this is the thing, is it doesn't surprise me if I came in here again and spoke his name and stood in there, it would be the exact same stuff. I really feel like
It's gonna keep doing the same thing.
it would just be the exact same thing as like what happens when we were here already, which is great and all, like it's good evidence, but at the same time it's maybe we need to make a documentary about this instead.
Yeah.
I
I mean, listen,
That'd be interesting.
True.
It does seem to come in waves too, because during Halloween there were nights when I would almost forget that we were haunted, and then there was one night. Do you remember the night that I wrote to you and I asked if you guys had fixed the fuel light on the hearse? Remember that? Okay, that night we closed up. Like I had to go through, and shut everything off, and then I walked back out in darkness and make sure I turned everything off. And that particular night, me and the guy that was walking through with me, Jacob, were just, it was like everything was freaky. And we went back, we turned everything off, we got all the way to the back. We come back on, we're walking through the dark hallway, and all of a sudden we hear one of the generators come on, one of the air compressors.
Just turn back on.
First of all, they don't come on unless a prop's been used. And second of all, we had just turned them all off. So I was like, okay, what the hell? I've done it 100 times. I know when I turn them off. I would not have left one on. So I turned it off, and then we come back around and all the lights were back on in the cemetery. So we were already starting to feel really creeped out. We had our like flashlights turned all the way up. And then when I got, because it was just, you know, it just felt scary, really scary. And then when I got in the hearse to drive it home, every light inside the hearse came on. Like the lights in the back around the coffin, the dash, the radio, everything, the inside lights, everything came on. So I'm driving like fully, so I'm driving down the road with everybody looking at me.
Oh, wow.
Because it was fully illuminated inside. And then as soon as I drove past my gate, all the lights went back off to normal.
Oh,
shit.
That's weird.
Yeah, so I feel
So-
like it comes in
but that's
waves.
scary
It
as
does,
well,
yeah.
'cause it's like
that makes
something
sense though.
followed you.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
something went with you.
And I do just want to say this as well. You're not following me. You're not allowed to follow me.
No.
Period. Even though I know for a fact that you don't want to follow me. So, I mean,
It's
there's
like,
that
right.
too. But I do just want to make that clear.
This place is located in Apple Valley, California, by the way. There was a question about that.
Okay.
Jade the Gruner misses you. The Garnet Hotel commented.
Oh, the Garnet Hotel. Hi, guys.
Shout out Garnet Hotel.
I was just talking
You
to
were
you
talking to
about
me about that.
The Garnet Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Sorry.
We do
No.
plan on coming back, by the way. Yes.
Yes.
1,000%.
Yes.
Even to this day, like it's out in Kansas. No, Kansas. Yes, Kansas. It was my Kansas Iowa trip
Yeah.
that done. That's a place I need to go back to for sure.
We do hope to do more live streams. That'd be great. Oh, how do I get rid of the old hag? Rachel King messaged me about that because I can help you with that. Who's the person behind us on the wall? I don't know.
There was also a question that said, what is next for you guys? Or what's next for you ladies? And speaking of demonic activity, our next investigation is actually going to be, may as well just announce it now. It's not,
Yes.
We've done it before, but it's Goldfield Hotel! And because you guys got that episode to a certain amount of likes, we are going back and we are doing the basement, and there is definitely a demonic entity in that basement.
Mm-hmm.
And it, again, wants Mandy by herself. Remember, tried to chase me out?
Yeah.
Anyway, a whole.
Not
We
mad
are
about
both very, very, very nervous for that, and I don't know really why we put ourselves back in those kind of situations, but we're gonna do it because you guys want us to, and yeah, that's.
Yeah, so
that's
part
what
2 at the Goldfield Hotel, solo challenges.
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be
It's
freezing
gonna be
this time.
fucking cold and scary. I cannot wait. So I hope you guys enjoyed that when we do get that out. And then
Just I think a couple more
that was-
questions, and then we'll
there was something.
head
Would
out.
you ever go back to Scary Dairy? That was a question.
No.
Nope. I love a show
There's-
about aliens. Yes. Sorry.
Sorry, 2 places that I'll never go back to is Scary Dairy and Falls Camp. And Falls Camp, obviously, because that was the demonic entity that definitely attached itself to me and went back. Never, ever, ever will I go back there. And also the second place, Scary Dairy, is because after the night that I investigated there, I died the next day.
That's right.
And I got rushed to hospital and they had to resuscitate me. I don't think I've ever talked about that on the channel, but that's what happened. There is a post on my Instagram about it after, right after it happens. But
Throw that on everyone.
yeah,
That's the day I died.
that's the day I
That's the
died.
day that Jay
I
died,
go back 'cause
and
I
then
die
came
every
back.
time I go
I
there.
tried to go back to Scary Dairy after
And that is not a joke. She actually did die.
I actually died. My heart
and
stopped.
came
yeah.
back to life. So that's a
And
story. You'll have to do a story time.
I'm gonna have to do a story time. Not right now, but
No,
I mean,
no,
you pretty
at
much
some
get
point.
the gist of it. I mean, sorry,
No,
spoiler,
you
I
could
died.
I know where there's aliens.
But anyway,
I know, crazy, right?
yeah, 2
Maybe
places that I
children.
want to. And then when I tried to return to Scary Dairy, there was a freaking mountain lion in my path. Chased us out, so just
That's a
doesn't
big-
want me there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's kind of a theme that's happening
know,
right
what's
now.
up,
It just
man?
doesn't want me there.
Maybe it's
doesn't want
Ed.
me
Maybe
there.
Ed's just following you.
Oh, don't say that.
No, he's not following you. He's you.
Yeah, the cabin was a lot of fun that we did, Murder Melon. We do want to do, I really want to do a episode about aliens.
Mhm.
And we've talked
I
about
know
that
what
a
is
lot.
aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We have
so
them out here on
yes,
Indian Trail Road.
My dad
yes,
just captured a picture of an alien.
he did.
About a week and a half ago in Apple Valley.
Yeah, I know right where I actually know because we were looking at some property And when I told one of our actors, she lives in Hallandale, she was like, oh, I know where that is. That's where all the aliens are.
Yeah.
I was like,
No, we're
we
definitely
have
gonna
to go
do.
back.
We're definitely gonna do an alien. Like, we actually have a lot of new episode ideas that aren't just paranormal investigations,
Mhm.
but there's still gonna be about the weirder things and stuff like that. We're still gonna be like going on adventures, but it's not gonna be like strictly just paranormal investigations. So that's another kind of
I have to tell you about this
exclusive.
place. There's like an airport
Yeah.
and everything out there that you can't get to. It's all guarded.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
But
I love
can
that.
you get to it if
No,
you
it's
try
good.
hard?
I don't know. There's a fence, and I don't know. There's a guard. I don't know. But there's only one way to find out.
Let's see.
Definitely some alien, like Apple Valley
How
is
does it change?
full of aliens. I actually saw a UFO in Apple Valley, and I've still got a picture of it. And I was going through Carl's Jr. drive-through, and as I was like, it was during the day, and I looked up in the sky, and there was about 20. It looked like tin cans in the sky, and they were all up in the sky, and they were all like in this one formation that was all just kind of bundled together, and it was almost like they were like flipping. Like the tin cans would like move, and then it was like a shutter, then all of a sudden it was just sky, so you couldn't see the tin cans anymore, and it was just like they would just shut down like, and then there would be nothing in the sky, and then they would all flip back and go, then all of a sudden there's this big formation again, and it happened a good few times, and I'm sitting there waiting for my food, and I'm freaking out, and the person hands me my food, and I'm like, look, up there, a UFO, and they literally just looked at me, rolled their eyes, and gave me my food. I was like,
Didn't even look.
I got a picture of it, so
Oh, that's so
yeah.
cool. I'll have to show you guys where this place is, because you can
Oh, I'm
GPS
so
and
excited.
you can go to the end of the road, and there's a fence, and then if you do the Google Maps, there's a runway, but there's no planes or helicopters. There's this like little cluster of buildings and a runway, and no airplanes or helicopters.
Runway for UFOs though.
Stop it right now. I want to go random outing over there.
I don't know what it is.
We'll be back. We don't live far from Apple Valley.
Oh
at
my
all.
god. I actually have a theory about that, which maybe we can't make a separate video about aliens. I personally believe that aliens, depending on the race of aliens, because there are different races, aliens and angels are interchangeable. So I do believe that they can be both. Just a side note, somebody commented about that.
I saw this funny thing the other day that said, what if aliens are time travelers, so humans from another world, and they're coming back, and the alien is just their spacesuit?
No, but seriously though, no, I
What if
seriously
that's, like the
though.
helmet with like the big eyes?
And
Like
it's
what
a
if it's
spacesuit,
just their suit, but they're actual humans? They're shaped like humans, so
and they're short, they're little.
yeah.
Maybe they're right. Are they supposed to be little
I
people?
think they can be all different sizes, but I think like a little grey aliens.
Yeah, I've heard some
against
crazy
grey
stuff.
shell.
And I've heard some crazy things right now. I mean, we have an Air Force base not that far,
Mhm.
right? We have Edwards. It's not that far.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's experimental planes, but that little runway, that little area apparently has got a lot of activity.
I just want to go out there and camp and just
Yeah,
like sit
yeah.
and hang out.
That's
Yeah,
what I
see,
was
the
telling you,
Galactic
that's what I wanted to do.
Federation,
Yeah.
Just
you
live
guys,
in
the
one
Galactic Federation, they are also angels as well, so they do work interchangeably.
2 more questions and then we're gonna have to get going because
I know there's so many questions. Okay, we're gonna get close to calling it here. We'll definitely make some videos about our experiences. We do want to do other things like skinwalkers, aliens, Bigfoot.
Skidwalkers?
Skinwalkers.
Oh, I think you said skid walkers.
People
No,
have skids.
skinwalkers. Those skidwalkers. Let's get them. If you guys have any questions, I know some people asked how you could reach out to us. Instagram, I know it tends to go, sometimes messages will go straight to like those hidden requests, so just bear with us as we work through it. But if you have any questions or want to reach out personally, just message either one of us. And any investigations on Indigenous grounds in the future?
Yeah.
Actually, I have a friend in Arizona that he is an Indigenous paranormal investigator, and I really want to do some work with him because he
That would be
does a lot of like Native American Indigenous investigations. So that would be cool. Okay. Yeah, we should do more live chats. Jade, people want to talk.
Why are you saying it like it's not full?
No, I'm just saying. I just want to talk more.
Yeah, if you guys would just be up for it, I mean, we'll literally go live. Like,
yeah, if you guys want to.
I just don't know if this is what people are interested in, or if people, it's.
Yeah, if you guys want to talk more, we want to talk.
Yeah, we
I
can.
wanna-
We
yeah,
can
we
go
could do
live
that. We could do
tonight
lives all the time.
when we get home.
Yes,
Exactly.
we could go live again with some beer. No.
Oh my
I'm
god,
sorry.
I was so hungover this morning. It took a lot to drive out of it. To drive out here.
I do want to answer this question because I've seen it a couple times about my abilities. Yes, I don't know if I was born with this. I believe I was. I had 2 near-death experiences when I was little, and after that, things just really opened up for me. So I've been doing this a long time. It wasn't until probably the last, I'd say 8 years that I really actually started working with it. But I thought it was normal. I thought it was normal to know what people thought and did in their lives and who their loved ones were.
And dream.
And dream, and, like,
it comes true.
I thought it was normal. I just thought that was what everybody, sorry, Troy. I thought that was what everybody did until I found out that is not true. And I was like, oh shit, I can do something cool. Yeah, so if you guys want to do, I do also do readings too, so you can also message me about that. And then one last question. East Coast investigations.
Yeah.
Yes. We want to do those. We want to do that.
Yeah,
But yeah, if you guys do want to do more of this, please, can you put in the chat if you like this style of live too? Like, obviously, live streams, investigations, yes. But do you guys like chatting and like doing this? Because we could do this more often. We just didn't know what you all wanted. And if
I mean, I've got a lot of free time on my hands for the next month, so maybe this is something that we can make it like. Why don't we do like a regular with tea?
Weekly meetups,
Tea time.
tea time
Tea time with Mandy and Jane.
with Mandy and Jane. Tea time.
We could do it here. We can hold it here.
You can totally
Literally do tea time
We
here.
have a tea set. It's got blood on it, but it's still, if you wash it off, it's alright.
That's fine.
Okay, so we're gonna come to Apple Valley once a
A
week,
little tea
and we're
party.
gonna have tea time.
I've drank out of worse.
Party in the
Here.
nursery.
And we could do it in the nursery with the dolls.
I love that. We
Yeah.
can
So
put the dolls in
excited.
the chairs with us.
That would be cute.
I just have to move out here. Everything is
I know.
pointing to come out here.
It's
I know.
cool.
I want to move to the desert so
Build
bad.
a house out here.
Tea with bourbon, yes.
Hey.
Oh,
So
no.
listen. Okay, cool. We can definitely do more Q&A chatting. I love this because I would love to ask you guys questions. I want to know about you guys too. So, awesome.
All right.
We did it! Yay! Woo! Yeah, no dolls.
No dolls.
It'll be a disclaimer. Dolls, be warned. But thank you guys so freaking much for first off
Everything, for
being
watching.
here, for
Mhm.
watching, for dealing with all of our trials and tribulations through our first live stream. I'm
Together.
Together.
But you've
together.
got this. You've got this. I'm
Okay. No, just kidding. But we're gonna go eat something because I have not had any food and you haven't had any food since 11. So but thank you guys so much. We appreciate you all, and shout out to everybody who donated too. That's super
huge.
awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
huge. We appreciate it. And some episodes coming soon-ish. So
Yeah, so the next episode, Mandy's actually not going to be in it, but it is an episode that has, it's just that one episode, and then from there on, Mandy's going to be in it, because I just filmed it before Mandy had joined the team, so it's going to be a little bit random, but don't worry, she hasn't been kicked out of the team or anything like that.
I'm still here.
So yeah, just that's what it's going to be. The Queen Mary episode is going to be out next, which will be next week, and then yeah, and then we'll carry on our. We've got a couple of investigations coming up. I'm not going to say too much, but anyway, All right. Okay. Well,
Yay.
again, thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you all. I love,
One
love,
more
love.
kisses, love.
And we'll see you soon.
Okay, bye.